Gotta dig them all, you know. Anything else over there? I think we're good. So we've made our way through most of this dungeon by now. And the whole point in getting the ball through here was to raise these platforms. Is there anything behind here? No. They sometimes do that. More rupees we probably don't need. Why do I destroy every... Like, I'm going out of my way to destroy every little thing in the area. Destroying all the pots, digging up all the holes. Even knowing, like, 95% of the time there's nothing useful there, but I'm still doing it anyway. Anybody else do that, or is it just me? Like, even if it's only a couple of rupees that you find in these holes, the one time that it's like 40 or 50 makes it worth it. But over here, there are rocks that come down to try to crush us, and we're not going to make it all the way up if we try. I think if we try really hard, we can make it up. I think you can one-cycle this, but it's just safer to do it in two. And this one, we have an issue, where if we go up, we don't have that luxury, and all of the rocks will come down, we won't have a room to go through. So if we run through here, and I think we'll need to restock on bombs, we can find a way to open up that rock wall, and that'll allow us to make our way into that space, so that when the rocks roll down, we aren't sent all the way back to the bottom. That's the reason we're going all the way over here. And I think the reason they have that crack in the floor over there is to give you something to aim for. So I'll stay here just in case it wasn't correct, but we should be good. So be on the lookout for those little visual indicators, because it's not always easy to judge the exact angle that you need to throw something in order to get it to go to a certain place. And it's always a good idea to restock on bombs. Like you've seen with the small seed satchel, you do get expansions for capacity of stuff, but I found with bombs, as long as you keep on top of keeping yourself at max whenever possible, it's really not that necessary. Looks like we found our boss door. The only problem is, it's blocked by that gigantic lava fall, which looks surprisingly pretty now that I actually take a look to see what it looks like. Look. Let's see if there's anything that we can do over here. I mean, even if that thing wasn't there, we wouldn't be able to get through because we don't have the boss key. But you may have noticed on the map that this is the last room here. There's nothing else in the dungeon. So you can probably guess what this chest is. But of course this one looks different than the carving we got in the Skyview Temple. Well, I guess we can just safely make our way back down. Did I say safely? I didn't mean safely at all. Well, that was surprisingly convenient and not lethal. If only all Indiana Jones movies were like that. Om nom 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 nom. I think that would break its jaw. But this one, if I remember correctly, you have to have this thing... Good question. I never remember exactly how to do these. I mean, you can get an idea as to what it should look like. Like over here, you can tell probably need to flip it this way because the head was on the wrong side. Like, it needs to be sticking out a bit. It just feels like a bit too tedious for a boss key. Like, you pick up the boss key, you can just put it in the boss door, but the game decides, no, we have to show off all the things we could do with the motion controls. Just little things here and there that don't serve much purpose other than to slow you down and show off the motion controls. Only little things here and there, but they do it so often it gets really tiring. They're nifty ideas, don't get me wrong, but they just feel like padding more than anything else. Okay, there's a giant rock above us, awesome. Restocking bombs, awesome. Chains. But she's not here. I hope we're not too late. Is that, like, you always speak in terms of probabilities, 90%, 95%. If she was chained in the middle of enemy territory, what makes you so certain she was able to get away? I'm more worried that something's happened to her. And this doesn't look like we're going to find a positive answer. Oh, it's you. Let me see. No, that's not it. This is so very embarrassing, but I seem to be at a loss for your name. Not that it matters, really. To tell you the truth, I'm feeling a bit frustrated. And right now, I just need someone to vent to. I heard my underlings had finally captured the Spirit Maiden, so of course I rushed over here. What can I say? I was excited. Flustered, even. But what did I find when I arrived? That agent of the goddess? She had once again... You see, what I'm trying to say is... The goddess-serving dog escaped with the girl! I must have the Spirit Maiden in order to resurrect my master! I must have her! I guess I got a little carried away there, didn't I? I don't deal well with complications to plans I've laid out so carefully. It's a character flaw of mine. But something good can still come from this day. I had all this bottled up anger smoldering inside me, and now I can release it. There's someone special I'd like you to meet. Oh, don't be shy. I need to vent all this unhealthy anger, and your agony is such a great stress reliever. It won't take more than a few moments with my friend before you're charred to a satisfying crisp, and let me tell you, that will put a spring in my step. Oh boy, it's a rock! And it explodes and dies, and we get the heart container, and it turns out it's a giant molten rock arachnid boss thing with the giant mouth and one eye. Of course, why not? So, giant lava spider boss thing. Throw a bomb at it, it'll roll back down, it'll open its mouth, it'll break a crack in its armor, give you an opportunity to strike at it with your sword if you're not an idiot. Run away while it's on fire. As long as it strikes any kind of bomb when it's not on fire, even if it's not the bomb that you're holding, it will roll back like that. And when it's opening up its mouth to inhale, it's actually charging up for an attack. I think I'm too close to be able to hit it. But once it loses enough of its armor, it will charge up for a different attack. I probably should have stayed there. But yeah, this is the attack that it'll do from time to time. It'll shoot fireballs at you. It'll come closer until you do a certain amount of damage to it. It's not going to do its other attacks. I think I'm swinging my sword a little too fast. I think we've done enough damage he's going to start doing his other... Is he? No, he's not. Okay. I guess I'm not doing damage to him nearly as quickly as I normally do. But he doesn't have to be all the way down in order to activate the inhalation that he does. He will occasionally move his eye into places that you can't actually strike it with your sword, so that gets irritating. Yeah, now he's going to do his other thing. He'll run above us. He'll roll up. And once he strikes a bomb, he'll start rolling back down. I recommend moving to the side. So he rolls to one side and then quickly move out of the way. And then see if you can strike him with your sword a couple times. I think I'm just like 1 or 2 hits away. So we'll just go all the way up until he hits a bomb. Then he'll roll back down. Because you can see he's still in his vulnerable phase when he strikes that bomb. So we'll roll all the way back down. He'll charge up for another fireball attack. And that's your opening to hit him. Can I please? I only had 2 hits on him. I didn't want to lose last hit. Probably one of the easier bosses in the game. At least if you know what you're doing. But that's true for pretty much everything. So we can run all the way back up this track. You had to figure there was something important up there, right? And of course, since we need bombs for this fight, you gotta be asking yourself, how do you restock if you run out? You can run all the way back up to the top and collect a bunch of these. So if you do run out, there are bombs here for you if you need them. And there are also hearts up here as well, important to remember. Like, there are a ton of hearts up here. Especially important later, if we ever have to refight this boss. Like, you can see there are, what, 6, 9, 10 hearts up here? Really useful. Zelda and the girl in black. What's going on? Giant! You cannot go to him, Your Grace. Remember what we discussed. Restrain yourself. Focus on the task at hand. Zelda? I have to go. I'm sorry, Giant. Can't we just talk for a couple of minutes? What's going on, Zelda? Well, that explains how she got out of the Skyview Spring. It took you far too long to get here. Looking at you, I fear the goddess is mistaken in her choice of agents. If this failure is any indication, you have no hope of defending her grace from those who seek to assail her. Do my words anger you, boy? Do my words sting? Let them! If I had not come when I did, your Zelda would have already fallen into the hands of the enemy. The truth of it is, you were late. You were late, and you failed to protect her. I sent Zelda ahead to learn more of the fate in which she was destined to play a part. Listen well, Chosen One. If you wish to be of help to her grace, you must summon a shred of courage and face the trials laid out before you. Only when you've conquered the trials will you be of use to Zelda, no sooner. Am I understood? What trials? I got here as fast as I could. I mean, I'm happy that Zelda's safe, sure. But What else do you want from me? I'm trying my hardest, and you're telling me it's not good enough. Guess we have our work cut out for us moving forward. Unfortunately, there isn't another goddess cube back here, so we'll just go straight for the crest. And this should give us the last tablet we need to open up the third area. Master, I have a message written in the language of the gods of old. Allow me to translate for you. From the edge of time I guide you, that one destined to carry out the goddess's mission. The spirit maiden who descended from the clouds has passed through the earth spring and makes her way to a fated place. The parched desert of Lanayru, that is where the Chosen One will pass through the gate of time into a distant world. The Gate of Time? Lanayru Desert? Are you telling me the third area in the game isn't water-based? Either way, we got ourselves an Amber tablet. The third and final piece. Will we ever see Zelda again? Sure, she is on her own quest. She has an important destiny to fulfill as well, but does that mean we have to be forever separated? I do respect the game for giving you just the smallest bit of doubt that you may not be the one suited for this mission. That you may not be able to do it even if you give it 100% effort. It's a little touch, and it might be a little melodramatic, but it's something that Zelda games haven't really done before. So to give you that shred of doubt kind of adds a lot to your growth as a character. So with that final tablet in hand, I think that's a video. This is UniversalGiant, and since there really isn't much else for us to do now that we have bombs, we're probably just going to be heading straight to the next area next time. So with that, I'll see you then.